Hey everyone, how are you? Happy Sunday. Yeah, I'm getting these out late. Yesterday I didn't get a video out at all. I did my morning, my, oh gosh, my, oh, I don't have the book here. My Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. I do those every morning. I didn't do it today. I'm trying to be kind to myself after last year's end of the year health issues. I'm respecting my boundaries and making sure that I am taking the time to just take care of myself. I'm always, always, always putting others first, even when it comes to appointments and meeting up with family members and things of that nature. If we agree on a time and that time comes and I'm there and they're not, and I call or I text and there's no response or anything, I'm out. I have I have to treat myself as importantly as I treat everyone else because I am important and I matter. I matter to God, and so I have to do things smarter. So, recap on how things are going, how God is mixing up the algorithm. Um, I wouldn't say the algorithm right now on YouTube is super easy. There are some folks that are gaining a lot of traction a lot quicker. Um, I know a lot of people are focused on getting monetized. For me, that would be a beautiful thing, but that's not my main focus. My focus is gaining as many watch time hours, so that my message of my journey and the path that God has me on is getting out there. I look at being monetized as a side effect, as a perky side effect, but it's very, very important to me that that the the journey that I'm on and the testimony that I give is what helps people. And some folks have asked me, well, what was it that happened? You keep referring to last year and being sick. And in a nutshell, I mean, I'm pretty long-winded, but I have prayer time 8:01 p.m. Eastern every evening. I have prayer time with my children and my grandchildren. So it's 7:23 right now. So I got to hustle. Um, welcome to my ADHD monkey brain. But so if you followed my channel here, I've had a YouTube account for a really long time. Started Wella's Wisdom more actively on Instagram because I was doing Wella Wisdom Wednesdays, which return this coming Wednesday. But that's more of a podcast type vibe where I'm speaking about specific topics and I'm interviewing fellow people in my family. I started with people that are super close in my circle, and then just celebrating their lives and how they look at things, and just asking pointed questions to kind of get these thought-provoking answers, because we're all the same, just on different journeys. So I started that, and it's a lot. I mean, it's weekly, but just doing the promo for it, scheduling the person first, doing the promo for it, um, pushing it out every single day until the live. And I mean, but we had a pretty good following. Started to die down because I was just getting too tired, and I'm a one-woman show. I have God, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, they're all on my team. But doing all the technology is me, and I don't know it all. Um, so I started to not do Wella's Wisdom as often, but I was also traveling a lot more in my SUV with my two dogs, Simba and Sparky, backpacking a lot more, and pretty much just life out in the woods and life out camping and SUV living. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get back to it. But so along the way, I've spoken about my GI issues that I've had chronic illness, PTSD, but wanting to show that you could have all these different chronic illnesses and still live. You're just managing through it. There's no cure for a lot of the chronic illnesses that are around. You just manage through it. And for me, the more movement and activity I have, the better my body feels. So last year in November, I was on my solo backpacking trip, went from Pennsylvania to upstate New York to Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, I got food poisoning, wound up a day later making my way back to PA, wound up in the hospital. I was there for 7 days, and during the time I was there, they did a whole bunch of scans. But because of the food poisoning that got me there, when they did an abdominal scan, they found inflammation and infection in my colon, and inflammation and infection and a blockage in my gallbladder. So my saving grace was God made me eat those hard-boiled eggs. I was trying to get extra protein because I was going to be doing a rigorous hike that morning. And I wanted the extra protein, so I ate these 2 daggone eggs. Got sick as heckamoos, but that was the way he got me to the hospital. I would have I'm told by the emergency, the surgical team, that my gallbladder was days away from rupturing. That's how blocked and infected it was. So they removed that emergency gallbladder removal. I went home. I was recovering for about a week and a half, wound up back in the hospital for a few days because I got C. diff, which turned into sepsis from the infection in my gallbladder. And even with that, they're like, you're really, really sick. You're going to be here for a little while. It's good that you made it in when you did, because the amount of dehydration that you had, it was a pretty severe. So with all of that, I'm like, alrighty, Lord. Well, you got me out here. I could have been up in a mountain somewhere, but I wasn't. He didn't have me up there. He had me where I was able to get to the hospital and get the help that I needed. So what does all that mean for me? People have asked me, so are you going to stop traveling? No, not at all. If anything, I'm going to travel more because I'm going to live more. But I did promise my children and myself that I'll be sure that I know where the nearest hospitals are. I will travel where the nearest hospitals are. I'm not going to stop traveling. And I say all that because none of those things were by coincidence. I was on my way to the trailhead, and it was about an hour away. And right before I was supposed to turn off, I missed the exit to the trailhead, because had I made that exit, I would have been hiking while I was still feeling okay, and I would have gotten super sick all the way up 10 miles up the mountain. And who knows how I would have made it back, but I don't have to know, because Jesus, my Lord and Savior, was with me, and he got me to the hospital. And that's my testimony for last November. And it's not coincidence, it's God. That's all it is. It's literally God. And so my goal and my hope is to continue sharing that message. Not just that, I have many testimonies over my life that he has pulled me through where it's mind-boggling that I'm still here. But he has helped me to become the woman that I am, the mom that I am, and the grandmother that I am. And I am truly thankful for it. And I use my story as, hopefully, as motivation and as inspiration to others to not let chronic illness hold you down, but more so let it help you strategize how you're going to live your life. I need to make sure that when I take my trips, I know where the bathrooms are, because that's just what my stomach dictates. And so I need to know where the bathrooms are. Um, and I'm using this, trying to take full advantage of this algorithm kick that's going on now on YouTube in getting more views and more subscribers to hopefully get the word out so that people know it's okay to talk about your relationship with God. It's okay to talk about your relationship with Jesus and how he's your Lord and Savior. And if he's not, then just sit back and listen. And maybe at the end of one of my videos, you'll be a little bit more curious and a little bit more inquisitive to understand and know, maybe this Jesus guy is kind of okay and maybe I can give my life to him. Who knows? I don't follow a particular religious order. I was raised Catholic, totally do not follow the Catholic Church for various reasons. When I used to go to Mass, I would leave Mass feeling as if I was spiritually beaten down. And I would feel as if, oh gosh, like I was this, like treated as if I was lesser than God's child. And I understand following the 10 Commandments, but going to confession and, okay, well, say 10 Hail Marys and 20 Our Fathers and, go to sleep early. What does that do? I never fully felt connected. And my relationship with God and specifically with Jesus didn't start until after I stopped going to Catholic masses. Now, if the Catholic religion is for you, then it's for you. That's you. But for me, I don't follow a particular religion. And I would say I'm Christian. I guess that's following a religion. I should say I don't know, I guess I'm non-denominational. I'm Christian. I don't know. I'm not really stuck on titles, but so all I know for sure, 100 million, 90 million, trillion%, I am a child of God. And that is what sits well with me. That is what resonates in my soul and in my spirit and in my core. And so when people ask me, oh, are you Catholic? Are you Baptist? Are you Protestant? I'm a child of God, and Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And that's who I am. That's the label I carry proudly. And so with YouTube and this algorithm that God is zhuzhing up for all of us, the goal is to post every single day, which I have been doing. I was going to say face to face, facing the camera, but also just I can't. It doesn't sit well with me to just push content out to get monetized and get the money, it's to me that's what that's what the devil wants us to focus on, material things, and that's not what I'm all about. That's not what I'm all about. So that's not what I'm following. Again, if it happens, it happens, but that means it's happening on Jesus's time, not on mine. What I am super happy about during this whole thing is the amount of YouTubers that I'm meeting with fabulous channels that I would have never known about before. I always butcher her name. Tiaria or Tiaria. Tiaria Be Naturally. Oh, I'm loving her channel. Oh, I am loving her channel big time. She's talking about, I mentioned her before, she's talking about trading and finances, something that we should be taught at an earlier age, but she breaks it down in layman's terms. And I don't leave her videos feeling confused about the stock market. Stock market. Like I'm from Boston. Stock market. I leave her videos feeling like I just had a session in school. It's very, very invigorating. So, Tiaria B Naturally, thank you so much. I will list her channel handle in my in the description of this video. But who else have I come across? Goddess of Kalur, Blessed Sanctuary, CJ22. Who else? Who else? Oh gosh, there's so many good people on here. Ash and Family, Keeping Up with the Engelbrechts. I mean, there's a lot of good YouTubers out here. A lot of small content creators that have real stories to tell. And we're real people. We don't have these fancy edited videos. I try and edit my videos, my camping videos with the dogs because, I mean, how long can you look at a tree without being there? It gets kind of like, I don't know how to whistle, but whoop, like you're going to swipe or up, whichever way you swipe. But those are the ones that I edit a little bit, and I edit it on iMovie on my iPhone. But I'm really, really happy, Lord. Thank you for the amount of small content creators that I'm coming across and learning about, and finding so much enlightenment in their videos and their content and what they're sharing. We have a lot of good people on this platform. So don't be closed-minded. Don't only look for the people that have like these super huge followings. We have real people that are grinding and trying to get their message out. And, whether it's consistency or lack thereof, for whatever reason, their channels are not getting pushed out. The algorithm seems to be pushing them out a little bit more lately. And so that's what I'm particularly trying to ride the wave of and taking advantage of, because my story with Jesus needs to be told, because that's what needs to be told. He is deserving of being celebrated, and he is deserving of having his name and having his blessings, and the way he touches my life and the lives of others. There's no coincidence. There's God. There's there's no serendipity. It's God. There's no universe. Oh my goodness. Can I tell you pet peeves? Like, I don't know, I guess a biblical pet peeve. I And these are things that I'm like, is it really that important? But people always, they talk about the universe, and the universe gave me this sign, and I'm putting this out there in the universe. And they're okay saying the universe, but who created the universe? God did. Why can't you say, I'm giving this up to God? I'm speaking this to God. I'm having a conversation with God. Why is God and Jesus so taboo, but yet free willy-nilly, the universe, universe, universe? If you truly, truly believe in your relationship with God, if you truly believe in your relationship with Jesus, I know we are all working through so many different things, but one of the initial trials is knowing that people are going to unfollow you, they're going to unfriend you when your platforms begin to be focused on your biblical journey. They just are. People are uncomfortable because they don't want to give in to society's view of Jesus. What? Okay, what? Who rules the earth? Who created the earth? Evil is here. The devil is the fallen angel that rules so much here on earth. But yet you'd rather follow materialistic and tangible things that the devil tells you to be after. Go after the money, go after the bag. You gotta hustle, you gotta grind, you gotta do No. Follow what Jesus tells you to do. You have to be responsible. You have to show him that through your decisions and through your actions, that you're proud of him, that you're proud of your relationship with him. I'm so proud to say I'm a child of God. I totally am. I work in corporate and I try and sneak it in there as much as I can because you can't speak about religion in corporate. Maybe I need to find something where I can openly speak about it. Or I love my job so much, maybe I just need to find a way to penetrate that policy. I'm only one woman, but I'm one woman with a heck of a powerful God behind me, which means I can do anything. Anything. He has me go through lessons, life lessons, difficulties, illnesses of my children, people in my family no longer being alive. And that's another thing for another video on my view of death. Yeah, that's for another video. But anyway, I told you I could go on and on and on, so I'm going to stop. But if you made it this far, please consider subscribing and following along my journey, commenting on my videos, asking me questions, and yeah, maybe our paths are meant to cross this way on YouTube. Who knows? God knows. And as a child of God and beautiful Savior Jesus Christ, I wish you a wonderful evening. Be well, be safe, be kind to yourself and others. And I will see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos.